Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, chapter 18, verse 24. In the last verse, Bhagwan Krishna said, Karma performed in tune with Dharma, without attachment, without likes or dislikes, without expectation of results, that is anxiety. That kind of karma is sattvic karma. This is what Bhagwan Krishna said in verse 23. We have seen Swami Chinmayananda's quote in the last verse. Inspired activities naturally surpass the very excellence of the actor or the doer's capability. There is a small story even on Bhagwan Krishna. After the Mahabharat war is over, Arjuna invited Bhagwan Krishna to his palace for giving a big party in the palace. After having dinner, when they were relaxing, Arjuna requested Bhagwan Krishna, Hare Krishna, please teach me again Bhagavad Gita. I am relaxed and calm. Now you again repeat whatever you said during that time. Bhagwan smiled and said, it cannot be repeated. Meaning here, inspired action cannot be repeated. We have to thank Vyasa, sage Vyasa and Mahaganapati. Otherwise, this wonderful scripture, the essence of Veda or Upanishads, would not have been here today for us to learn. So that is another point which I wanted to say as far as the inspired action is concerned. Verse 24. Yattu kamepsuna karma sagankarena vapunaha kriyate bagulayasam tatrajasamudahrutam. What is Rajasic karma? Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, the word kamepsuna, it has the same meaning as the word palaprepsuna. That is, one who has the desire to obtain result, a particular result. Kama is what one desires, that is karma bala. Swami Dayananda Saraswati quotes Adi Shankara here, who says the word punaha, in the last word in the first verse. Yattu kamepsuna karma sagankarena vapunaha. That puna, it has no real meaning. And it is only used here for the sake of meter. That is what Adi Shankara says. But Swamiji says we can take its own meaning here. That is again. Puna means again. This karma is done with ahankara, pride. I am the one, I did it. For example, more knowledge is always dangerous. For sattvic people, it will develop humility. The more knowledge a sattvic person has, the more humble he becomes. I know only this much. This is his attitude. While saying itself, he will say, whatever I know, whatever little I know, I am saying. I don't know much. Whatever I know, I am just sharing with you. Avayar, the greatest saint, Tamil saint says, Kattradu kaimannalavu, kalladadu ulagalavu. That is, she says, greatest saint, extremely knowledgeable person. Athichudi is a famous book. In 2 words, she says everything. If knowledge is considered to be the size of the entire earth, Kattradu kaimannalavu, kalladu ulagalavu. If knowledge is considered to be the entire earth, she says, what I have learnt is only a handful of it. Such a knowledgeable person. She is a lady. Such a knowledgeable lady says, I have learnt only one handful, if knowledge is considered to be the size of the earth. That is the humbleness. That is the attitude of the Sattvic people. But for Rajasic people, if assuming that he knows only one handful fully, then he will, you cannot control him. Uh, What you know? What do you think you know? I know everything. I know Vedas. I know Bhagavad Gita. You are coming and teaching me. This is his attitude. Ahankara. It leads to arrogance. In secular activities also, it shows off in a different manner. They show off their riches. In some ways, this karma is done with lot of efforts. Bahulayas. Too much of effort. A person who does this type of karma will make elaborate arrangement and make it known that he is doing a great karma. This is what Swami Dayananda Saraswati says. Swami Chinmayananda says, a Rajasic person undertakes actions to fulfill his desires with an extreme I do mentality. I did it. I am doing it. And other than me, nobody else can do this. Ego. These types of works involve great strain, resulting in physical fatigue and mental exhaustion. The individual acts with extremely arrogant ego sense. He works always under tension and strain. I have seen some people always under stress and strain, always shouting. He believes that he alone can perform it and nobody else can ever help him in his work. All the time he is exhausted with his own anxieties and fears at the thought whether his goal will be achieved or not. Too much of anxiety. Whether this project will get over or not, you don't know. If it is not getting, this project is a tough project. Always thinking, day and night. Morning to evening, whenever he is awake, he will think about his project only. When an individual works with an arrogant ego, with all self-centeredness, he becomes restless to make himself totally exhausted and completely shattered. Such action fall under the category of rajas. Swami Chinmayananda gives the following examples. Activities of political leaders, industrialists, fanatic preachers, proselytizing activities, blind money makers. They all fall under this category. That is what Swami Chinmayananda says. Dr. Radhakrishnan, he beautifully brings out the difference between sattvic action and rajasic action. Dr. Radhakrishnan says, to feel consciously that we are doing something great, that we are sacrificing something vital, that is a failure of the sacrifice itself. But when the work is undertaken for a cause, it is a labor of love, and sacrifice itself is not felt as a sacrifice. Beautiful. Sacrifice itself is not felt as a sacrifice. Doing unpleasant things from a sense of duty and feeling the unpleasantness all the time is of the nature of Rajasic. Doing it gladly in utter unself consciousness with a smile on lips is of the nature of goodness. So whatever work comes, he will do it gladly with a smile on his face. Happily, he will do it without the thinking that I am doing it. That is sattvic. It is the difference between an act of love and of law, an act of grace and an act of obligation. That is what Dr. Radhakrishnan says. Verse 24. Yattu kamepsuna karma sagankarena va punaha kriyate bagulayasam tatraja samudahridam. Next verse we will see tomorrow. Arihom sarvam krishnarpanamastu. Narayana 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 Narayana